Hi there. My name is Jager. I am the CEO of Crunchbase, and this is my vlog. I didn't ever think I was going to be a vlogger, but I guess in the world of COVID-19, it's as good a time as any to start a vlog. I'm getting a lot of questions from my CEO network of friends and strangers saying, how do I weather this? How do we make it through? So I thought it just made sense maybe to just take some of those questions, the ones I'm hearing the most, and put them into little snippets. So let's see how it goes. It might be a total mistake, and we'll never do it again. With that, let's get started. All right. Should I apply for the Paycheck Protection Program loan? This is the Small Business Administration. They set aside like 250 billion. I think they're trying to put more money into it so that people can go and or companies can go and get dollars to maintain their payroll. I think is the mostly the intent of it. And in startup land, there's a lot of folks like, hey, it's free money, and just like, yeah, like you get it, just apply. You get 2.5 times, if I remember correctly, of your payroll, which can be, millions of dollars in some cases. So there's a lot of opportunity there to give yourself some flexibility, give yourself some runway, and there's a lot of folks saying that you may not even have to pay it back because it'll be forgiven if you use it towards payroll expenses. But the way bigger thing to be talking about is, do you need it? Do you need those dollars? And if your company, if like, here's a scenario, like you're a startup, you're running pretty low on money, you were going to start fundraising in March, or you did start fundraising in March, and this whole thing came down on you. And then this thing hit, and all the VCs are like, let's talk later. And you're like, well, I don't have later because I don't have a lot of runway. Yeah, you could probably apply for that loan. But if you are in like Crunchbase's case, like we have years of runway, like it would be just the worst possible thing to do to apply for the PPP loan. Um, First, there's like just the logistical challenges of like it has a maturity of 2 years. That money may not even matter to you because you don't need money until after the maturity date. In which case, why are we even talking about it? But even more importantly, is that those dollars are intended for those people. Those companies are in peril, right? The ones that can't afford to pay their employees are laying off their employees, not because the business is bad, but because they simply are burning money and they don't have an option to pay their employees. Or even worse, they're in a world where the quarantine prevents them from doing the thing that requires their job, like or requires the business to run. Like if you're manufacturing something and you can't have your people come in and make the thing, you can't really operate. You may still be getting orders, but you can't fulfill those orders. So the company stalls. Like that's what the PPP is all about. Is like keep the people on staff. Like don't fire them, so that when hopefully this thing ends, or at least the quarantine is lifted, we're able to go and start the businesses back up right away, rather than trying to like go and find and hire folks. In addition to all those people that we're going to lose a paycheck now cannot be in that unemployment number. If you are a startup CEO and you've said it's like free money, you probably are not applicable. Like, don't apply. And there is actually a protection in here that a lot of people aren't talking about, that you have to certify as the CEO that you have a necessity for these dollars. It is necessary for the survival of the company that you are taking this loan. And if like maybe your bank will not put any sort of criteria or scrutiny on that, and you'll just sign the thing and say that sounds great. But just know that like, but beyond just the karma of doing the wrong thing, there is a chance that these things get scrutinized and looked at later, and you might actually find yourself in a lot of hot water. Maybe not. The odds are probably not very likely that that's going to happen. But why even risk it when you don't need the money? So that would be my advice: is only really use it if you need it. It's not actually a handout, and why endanger anything by trying to take it? And more importantly, let the people that need it get it, because it's a limited amount. It's first come, first serve. And by taking it, you just screwed someone else over who may need the dollars more than you do.